What's up guys, my name is Rest and I'm a professional Arena of Valor support player. This will be my first video in a series I'm making on how to support. Today I will be going over the current North America meta for supports and who I personally think is the best and who is the worst. I've sorted the supports into 4 different tiers, S, A, B, and C, with S being the best and C being the worst. To kick off this tier list, we have Mina. Mina is an amazing support and personally my favorite to play. She fits really well into the current meta since she is able to pull enemies to engage teamfights or to pull an enemy off an ally. All enemies pulled are given a 50% slow for 2 seconds, which makes it hard for them to escape without a dash up after being pulled. Her ultimate taunts enemies in an area around her, causing them to basic attack her for 2 seconds. Enemies' basic attacks during that taunt are reduced by 50%. Her pull range, however, is small, with her second and ultimate abilities having long cooldowns at low levels, so you will need to make sure that you use them wisely. The other person in the S tier is Timmy. His first ability is great for roaming around the map, giving you a speed boost when activated, as well as giving you an AoE stun. When I play him, I constantly spam his first ability all throughout the game to harass enemies on the enemy team, rotate quicker, and to try and steal enemy jungle camps. It is a fantastic escape tool as well, since it will stun enemies for at least a second, letting you get away. His second ability is a hook that will bring you to the target's location, stunning them as well. It is great to charge up your first ability a bit, then hook onto the enemy and activate your first ability for a long CC chain. It can also be used to hook minions or allies to escape. His ultimate resurrects his teammates and can be completely game changing. Due to its long cooldown, I think it's best to only use this ability when a teammate is low and you believe they will die. Next is the A tier. Omar is a natural support thanks to his kit. All of his abilities will either slow the enemy or stun them. His passive allows him to have a chance to stun enemies when he basic attacks or is using his ultimate. His first ability is a dash that has a guaranteed stun on the next basic attack. Omar is not naturally a tank and will need items to be effective. Getting behind on Omar can make the game extremely hard since you will need to be close to enemies to proc stuns or slows, but are not tanky enough to last through sustained fights. His second ability stacks with every use, and once it has been stacked 3 times, it will have a guaranteed stun. Having his second ability stacked up for a teamfight is extremely important. Omar uses his combo, he can keep enemies stunned for long periods of time, allowing your team to kill them quickly. Lumber is another one of my favorites to play due to having a fun kit. His passive gives bonus armor to you and an ally that is close to you. His second ability is a dash that will give allies shields or knock enemies up if you dash through them. His ultimate Earth Splitter can change a whole team fight. Earth Splitter provides a huge knock-up in your target direction and will slow all enemies that walk over it. It is great for zoning off enemies, and I will occasionally use it to split enemy teams in half. Try to use his ultimate when enemy dashes are on cooldown. His abilities do have long cooldowns and will need to be used well. For the B tier, I will start off with Chugnar. Chugnar has fallen down the list due to a bug fix on his second ability and more heroes being released in North America. He can be a good pick when the enemies have tons of CC ultimates and a squishy hero for you to dive onto. His first ability provides a slow and also counts out any slows or CC on you for the next second. His second ability is great to spam on enemies due to it being increased damage the more it is used. His ultimate will cancel all CC on ally heroes within the cast area and will lower your B cooldown drastically. Chugnar has no CC to help heal for allies and will not be able to soak as much damage as Lumber or Mina. Alice can be a great support, but does not fit in with the current support meta. She is an extremely squishy hero and her abilities do not scale in health and are also extremely long. Her first ability will stun enemy heroes at a target location, which can be great for engaging or peeling for an ally. Her second ability provides a shield that is not very useful, but speeds up teammates. Hermit is a huge circle, silencing all enemy heroes. It will cancel out all enemy abilities that are being casted, and slow enemies while they remain in that area. I would only pick her if you have 2 tanky side laners. Thane is a decent support due to him being a tank with some crowd control. His passive allows him to regen 24% of his HP over 6 seconds if he drops below 30% maximum HP, which is great for tanking towers, dragon, or Darkslayer. His first ability is a dash that will bring enemies with you, stunning them along the way. This ability can be easily dodged for an enemy that has a dash, so will need to be used carefully. His second ability is a knockout that slows movement speed by 90% for the next 2 seconds, and his ultimate deals damage in a cone shape, dealing true damage plus 15% of enemy missing HP as physical. It is great for cleaning up enemies that are trying to escape. The last hero in the B tier is Crest. His first ability will knock enemies back, and his second ability is a jump that gives a shield to allies when not under metamorphosis. His ultimate morphs him into his true form, pushing all enemies back and forming a tidal wave. All enemies at the end of the tidal wave are stunned for a short time. His abilities while under Metamorphosis will slow enemies by 50% for 2 seconds and speed them up. However, his ultimate can only be casted when he has enough rage, which is hard to build as support. In the C tier, we have Grak. Grak is a high skill support who is not very useful. His first ability is a hook that will pull an enemy towards you, but has a long cast time and you will need to predict what the enemy will move. His second ability smashes the ground, slowing enemy heroes around him. His ultimate pulls all enemies in, stunning them for the duration of up to 3 seconds. His ultimate is easy to dodge due to the delay after being casted, and he can be stunned out of it. The last hero on this list is Pyrrha. Pyrrha is out of the meta currently due to her first ability not healing that much and really long cooldowns throughout her kit. She's too squishy to frontline for allies, and her stun needs other enemy heroes or minions to bounce off of to be useful. Her ultimate is extremely useful during teamfights, granting allies within the zone 200 extra armor and stunning enemies within it after 1.5 seconds. Her passive will slow an enemy that attacks her by 90% for 1 second and has a 10-second cooldown. Well, there you have it, the best heroes as of March 2018. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and remember to subscribe for future videos on Arena of Valor. Thank you.